Holmes speaking. Sherlock Holmes. Watson, we must go solve a mystery.
Alright, so here we go. It's day one and okay, I look different today. Yep, turns out I'm Sherlock Holmes, and I'm here in Sherlock Holmes' home. Say that real fast. Anyway, this guy is Watson. He's my partner in crime. No, I mean my partner in solving crime. Anyway, on day one, the phone rang.
Hello, is this Sherlock Holmes? I'm in great need of assistance over at Tinnell's Finer Foods, and I heard rumours that you're as bright as they come.
Okay, looks like it's my first job.
I'll be there right away.
Okay, so it was my first job. Myself and Watson had to go to a place called Tinnell's Finer Food. Okay, might get myself some cake here or something. Anyway, we got there and it seemed there was a lot of police around, so we decided to talk to the shop owner.
Thank goodness that you're here. It's about time. A detective is exactly what I need right now. Horrible, utterly horrible. In the entire 15 years I have owned this shop, nothing this terrible has ever occurred before.
Okay,
absolutely
spit it out, bro.
disastrous.
Okay, so over the next few minutes, this rambling shopkeeper told me of how someone came into the store wearing all black and a black ski mask and demanded money from the till. They said they were going to explode fireworks everywhere if he didn't, so the guy was pretty scared, and also the customers were too. He went on, but basically that's the gist of the information. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Something about yellow shoes.
Yes, actually, he was wearing bright yellow shoes. It was an unusual addition to his outfit. Who, after all, would wear completely black clothes and a mask to hide their identity, yet choose such bizarre shoes?
Thank you. I know exactly where we must go to follow this lead.
Okay, so supposedly I knew exactly where to go. I also found this cool cake thing. Yeah, anyway. I grabbed that and decided to go to the shoemaker. Well, this guy is gonna know who sold some yellow shoes.
Shop. We craft the finest shoes this side of the Thames. How can I help you fine gents out?
Good day. I'm Sherlock Holmes. We're here to inquire about a recent sale of yours. A specific pair of shoes you may have sold recently.
I don't usually share information about my customers, but for you, Mr. Holmes, here's a map with the addresses I've sold a yellow pair to. You may want to check them out.
Okay, so that was pretty easy. This dude gave me the addresses of people that own yellow shoes here in London. So yeah, I got going and started knocking on all of the doors to see if I could find any strange characters that may be a suspect.
Sir. How may I help you?
To get straight to the point, madam, we're on the search for an armed robber. Does your husband own a pair of bright yellow shoes by any...
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna stop it there. This woman basically got super offended that I suggested that her husband may have stolen some yellow shoes. Basically, she's super rich and super posh, so he wouldn't have needed to steal anything. He could just buy what he wanted, because he was like mega rich. Okay, yeah, so first one down, it was a bit of a bust. Alright, so on to the next location, and yeah, some old guy just shouted, "Come in," and basically I went in, saw that he was super old, and realized it couldn't have been this guy.
I'm so sorry for bothering you, sir. We've stumbled upon the wrong address. I wish you a most pleasant day. Good day.
What in the Queen's crumpets just happened?
That man was far too old to carry out the robbery. He never would have been able to run away fast enough.
Alright, so I thought I was pretty much right about that. The old guy was never going to be able to do this, and the next person was a woman. We were pretty sure that this, guy was a guy because he had a deep voice. Most women don't have deep voices, so we were pretty sure it was a man, and probably young or middle-aged because he was able to run away super fast. Anyway, it was on to the final location to see if we could find a suspect. So we made it to the final house. I rang the bell, but nobody came to the door. Myself and Watson didn't really know what to do, but I decided to knock on the door of a neighbor to see if we knew where the guy from that house was. And we were greeted by this dude. He was super sleepy.
Oh, what are you doing? Ringing my doorbell at this hour?
Hello. We're on some urgent business and searching for your neighbour. He's on the suspect list for a robbery we're investigating.
Excuse me?
Okay, so it took a while to get the information out of this guy. He started talking about a different neighbor who had cats and was weird feeding them. It was a whole big thing, but finally we did get the information that we needed. He said that his neighbor had left just 10 minutes previously, and we might still be able to catch him. All right, the chase was on. This is how it unfolded.
Thank you very much. This is the information we've been waiting for. Come on, Watson. The game is on.
In the name of the law, stop!
Nice work, Watson. We must look for the odd man out. Check everybody with a bag or suitcase. This is the man who robbed Mr. Tinnell. Take him to prison.
Haha, hey-oh, check it out. We caught our first criminal. That was pretty impressive. Turns out I am an epic detective. Becoming Sherlock Holmes, it kind of suits me. Okay, so it was actually pretty quiet around London over the next couple of weeks, so myself and Watson just hung out a little bit, talked to some people, and got some other work done. But it was then on day 22 where we had a call once more. It was time for our second objective.
Oh, hi Sherlock. Seems I must have called you by accident. Anyway, I need you at the police station right away. It's urgent.
Looks like Watson and I must postpone our game of chess. We'll be there in a moment.
Yeah, so it turns out we were playing chess. We weren't. That was a lie. Kind of weird.
Hello there, Sherlock. Please, follow me. We need to have this discussion in a much more private environment.
Yeah, okay, so this seemed pretty serious. We were at the police station and the chief had something to tell us.
What exactly do you and your magnificent police force need help with this time? Is Scotland Yard out of imagination?
As much as I hate to admit it, yes, you're the only one who can help us now, Sherlock.
I honestly can't say that I'm surprised, but please, do go on.
We received this letter a few days ago.
Okay, so there was a letter and I had to find out what it said.
Dear Scotland Yard, I'm writing to tell you that I require funds, a lot of them.
Okay, so basically the letter was a terrorist threat. They said that they were going to explode TNT all over the city if we did not give them 12 stacks of diamonds. It was crazy.
The Major has instructed that we refuse to negotiate with criminals, and under no circumstances should we pay, especially not such an extortionate sum. Now, however, we only have 12 hours left to find who has threatened us, else there could be a tragedy.
Okay, so there was no leads, but I knew that I had 12 hours to find the bomber. This one was going to be tough.
You should have asked me in the first place rather than waiting around. Let me collect Watson and we will visit Guy.
Okay, so the first port of call this time was to go visit Guy. Guy was a guy who sold fireworks.
Oh, hello. Who do we have here? The great Sherlock Holmes has graced my humble abode with his presence.
Yeah, so as you could tell by Guy's sarcastic tone and super boring tone, this guy rambled on for ages and wasn't really giving any information. So I decided to try and sweeten the deal. Give him some coins, if you know what I mean. Actual
I'm
coins.
searching for the man, individual, that has purchased a very large amount of gunpowder recently. I heard from a source that you had a lot left over from your firework making.
You've got the wrong man. I don't sell out my customers. I ain't a snitch.
Yeah, it turns out this guy is a snitch because I gave him some gold and then he started talking.
You do know how to persuade a man, Mr. Holmes. Have you heard of Bob Barkeep? The chap who runs a tavern next to the bus stop. In London's criminal underworld, he's known as the Creeper. And that's all I'm saying, unless I get something more to cope with.
Yeah, so again, I had to give this guy some more gold, but this time he came up with the goods. He told me that there was a local barkeep named Bob who was doing some shady things in his basement. Said that he had bought all the gunpowder. That would make sense if he was trying to make bombs. So myself and Watson headed out. We had to go find Bob, the barkeep.
Oi, welcome to Bob's Bar. I'm Bob, and this is me bar.
Yeah, okay, so that wasn't that hard. We literally went into Bob's bar and found Bob because it was his bar and he was standing at the bar and his name was Bob. Anyway, we decided we had to look around this place because it was the only lead that we had. We had good information that there was something going on down in the basement, and we have thought that it was something to do with gunpowder and creating TNT. Bob put up a little bit of a fight. He wasn't letting us down there, so I had to threaten him with calling the police, and he didn't like that, so eventually he let us in. It was time to go take a look around and see what we can find. See if Bob was the actual bomber.
Goodness, what is this place?
You ain't here trying to uncover my secret recipe for my best-selling mushroom stew? Well, that's famous across England. Word has it, even the Queen's personal chefs have tried to recreate it.
Gosh darn it, we've been searching for a TNT deposit, explosives and dangerous chemicals, not bothersome mushrooms.
Yeah, so it looks as if we've been duped. This was literally just a place for this dude to grow mushrooms for his stew. This was not good. We were searching for the wrong guy. Alright, so it rolled into the next day, and I realized it was actually Guy that we were looking for the whole time. He had deceived us and sent us on a wild goose chase that gave him more time to execute his plan. Thankfully, we got back to his warehouse and found a map that gave us a location of where he planned to set off the bomb. So myself and Watson decided it was time to get back to the police station to see if we could get some help.
This bold canine will bark when you find the TNT. I believe he'll serve you well. Well, what are you waiting for? Befriend him so we can
Okay,
get
so
going.
the help I needed came in the form of this cuddly canine. He was going to help us locate the TNT somewhere in the city. But first, we had to go around and make sure that everybody was evacuating the area. It was far too dangerous. But thankfully, this dog was epic and he found the TNT straight
Come on,
away.
dog. We have a bad guy to find. Well done, dog. It was indeed Guy all along.
Yes, you fool. Of course it was me all along.
Yeah, so we caught Guy. He was the local dude that sold fireworks, and he wasn't really happy because the mayor decided to ban and make fireworks illegal. This was his way of getting revenge, but in fairness, killing innocent people is not a really good way to get revenge and recoup your money, so this guy was going straight to jail. He didn't like it, and he tried to attack me, but I was able to fight him off, and he was arrested immediately. A pretty epic victory for us in our second mission. We had done it. We had caught the bomber. Woohoo! We were feeling good, so myself and Watson, well, we partied for a couple of weeks. Yeah, don't tell anyone. Okay, so it was on day 43 when we got over our partying phase and the phone rang again. It was time for mission 3. The chief was on the line. We had to see what he wanted to say.
Sherlock, is that you? There was a burglary over at Bucklesmurf's. They're in great distress, and I need you to go and assist the task force I've assigned.
Okay, so somebody robbed an old lady and we had to go check it out. It was another mystery that needed to be solved.
Oh, goodness. I am so glad you're here, Mr. Holmes. And good thing you've brought your colleague, too. It was terrible. Absolutely atrocious.
Okay, so this lady was pretty distressed, which you don't like to see because she was old and vulnerable. Somebody had taken advantage of her, stolen from her. Not good at all, so we were determined to get to the bottom of this mystery. We decided that we needed to take a look around the house to see if we could find any clues. So that's what myself and Watson began to do. We were searching and searching, and honestly, we were taking a long time. We could not find anything. We searched the place high and low, but eventually, we found this green hat.
It looks more like the cap of a painter. Intriguing. Green-coloured droplets. Surely they do not belong here. I don't believe there's anything else to be found here. Perhaps a neighbour or someone off the street has seen something else we can follow.
Okay, so we had enough to go on. Looks as if we were looking for a painter, but we needed some more info.
Excuse me, boy. Did you see anyone leaving that house over there last night, by any chance?
Well, sir, I did. A man came running out at a right speed, in that sort of direction. Over yonder, towards that craftsman district.
Thank you, young man.
What a nice little kid. Anyway, we headed towards the craftsman district to see if we could find what we were looking for. And straight away, we found a painter's house who basically loved the colour green.
Did you hear that, Sherlock? Perhaps we should return to the ground floor.
Yeah, so I found some more evidence. Green paint, green brushes, and also a secret entrance to a basement down below. And on the wall was a plan to rob more houses. We got our guy.
It's 3:40 p.m. We must hurry, Watson.
Sherlock, was that you? I think someone just locked us in. Perhaps we can find a key down here. Break some stuff if you need.
Yeah, so that wasn't good. We got locked in and we had to spend some time breaking some pots so we could find a key, but eventually we were able to break our way out of it and get back up to the streets to try find our guy.
Sherlock, you old sleuth. Back on another clue hunting mission again?
Okay, so it was time to get back and talk to Bob at Bob's Tavern because, well, there was a sign on the wall in that basement saying that there was a carriage leaving from Bob's Tavern pretty soon. Eventually, after talking to Bob for a while, we did get the information that we needed, although we did have to bribe him with more coins. What is it with everyone around here wanting to be bribed? Anyway, he did give us information that there was a guy in here wearing all green that basically was trying to escape town. He was getting on a carriage close by, and he had a lot of luggage with him. So, myself and Watson bolted outside to see if we could catch him.
Halt! There's a criminal on board this carriage.
Gosh darn, too slow.
And that's exactly what we did. We got our guy, we stopped the burglar, and another mission was complete. Alright, so a month went by, and I've got to be honest, myself and Watson here, yeah, we just drank tea. Lots and lots of tea. But it was on day 74 when the phone rang again. It was the chief.
Hi, Sherlock. Didn't realise you picked up already. Little Ashley Remington has gone missing, and we're in need of your assistance.
Okay, so this one seemed a little bit serious. A little girl has gone missing. This could be a kidnapping. So we decided we had to get over to the Remingtons' house. We had to check out what was going on and see if we could find any clues. A kidnapping of an innocent young girl could be our biggest case yet. We had to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, thank goodness you are here. I've waited long enough. I am Mrs. Remington, although I suppose you may refer to me as Lily, in such an informal setting as this.
Okay, so I knew everybody in this town was super posh, but these two were unbelievably posh. They rambled on for a while, but I did manage to get some information. A couple of different clues, including that tomato over there. Not really sure what that meant at the time, but it all comes together in the end. Basically, we got some information and decided to take a look around the house to see if we could find anything of interest. We knew that she was missing, but we still weren't quite sure if she had been kidnapped or something like that. She could have run away from home, she could have been just late, messing with friends or something. It wasn't really adding up, but we decided we had enough to go on, so we went and searched the house.
Goodness, everything is so pink here. I suppose she must like the colour a lot, though I can't understand why.
Well, because I'm an epic detective, I figured out that she likes the colour pink. Imagine that. A little girl liking pink.
A tomato. Not the most obvious of clues, but Mrs. Remington did mention that Ashley loves tomato soup. Perhaps she wanted to help cook some and collected the ingredients from the local market.
Okay, so we were putting some clues together. Tomato soup. Yeah, I didn't really know what was going on right now.
Breadcrumbs. A person walking here must have been at the local bakery. With any luck, it'll be little Ashley.
Okay, so maybe this was coming together a little bit.
Pink candy. It matches the colour Ashley loves so much. I will inquire in the candy shop about her.
Okay, so yeah, it really was coming together. We knew that Ashley was on this route. This is the way she walked, so we had to go find someone that may have seen her. So we followed the route all the way to the candy shop and required within. We had to get more clues.
Salutations. I'm here on official business. I'm trying to solve the case of a missing girl. By any chance, did a young girl visit here yesterday?
So I really thought that we were going to get some good information from this shopkeeper. He has to have seen a little girl with a pink dress. Unfortunately, he didn't really recall. He thought he may have saw someone in a purple dress, but not pink. So many kids come in and out of that store.
I'm currently on a case searching for a missing girl. Did a young girl visit your bakery yesterday?
So next we checked the bakery, but unfortunately, she said that, well, no kids really go to the bakery, so that was a bit of a bust as well. Next was the market stalls.
By any chance, did you see a small girl in a pink dress yesterday?
Again, this guy didn't really have any information whatsoever. I mean, he was selling tomatoes, so I thought it was a good opportunity, but he was just trying to sell me tomatoes. Absolutely nothing. But then something happened, close by. There was a robbery. A little kid was stealing from an old guy.
Oi! Thief! Thief! That boy is getting away with my wallet!
Fear not, I'll get it back for you.
Okay, so I admit this was a little bit off mission, but I had to help out that old guy. The kid stole his wallet. I mean, that was super mean. Anyway, the kid came here. Looked like some sort of an abandoned warehouse, and I think he was hiding inside. I had to find him, because this was a little guy that was around town a lot. Maybe he saw Ashley, and ultimately that is what we are trying to do. Find Ashley.
My goodness, he's keeping those children imprisoned. I must work to free them, but first a strategy is needed. Some supplies would be useful just in case. Perhaps I can find something in the storage area. Time to get rid of the guard.
Yeah, but then he knocked me out. Oh, that hurt.
Right! You're not getting away with this. These children belong to me. You can't take them away.
Yeah, okay, so this weird old dude basically stole all of these kids and was making them work inside his warehouse. Yeah, not good. I had to get us out of here. The kids were terrified, and I've got to be honest, I was kind of scared myself, but I decided to take a look around to see if I could find anything that would help us get out of here. And eventually I found some sand and some gunpowder, which would enable me to make some TNT, so that's what I did. Well, first I started off by making a flint and steel because that was going to help ignite the TNT, but then I made what we needed. I told the kids to take cover and to get ready to run as I blasted a hole through this wall.
As soon as I blast a hole through this wall, I need you to all run through it and out of this warehouse. Do you understand? It's important you do exactly as I say.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the kids knew what to do, so it was time to set off the TNT. Hopefully it was gonna knock back the old guy as well, because I knew I had a little bit of a fight on my hands. Anyway, the TNT exploded, the kids started to escape, and I was in a fight with this weird old dude. Thankfully I was able to take him out, the police came, and they arrested him. Another mission complete.
Thank you so much, Sherlock. You've saved my baby girl.
So everyone was pretty happy with myself and Watson, and we took some time off, but it was on day 98 when the phone rang again. This time with a new mission. This one was freaky.
Hello? Is anyone there? Sherlock? We are in need of your assistance solving a highly unusual crime at the local cemetery.
Okay, so like the chief said, this one was highly unusual. We had to get down to the cemetery to investigate, well, a robbery, I think, of some sort. Yeah, like I said, this one is super creepy. Anyway, we got down to the cemetery and started talking to the local undertaker to try and get some more information.
Hello, Detective Holmes. I've heard so many good tales about you. I'm glad you came so quickly.
Good day to you. No problem. I was looking for a mystery to solve.
Yeah, we were looking for a mystery to solve, but wasn't really expecting this one. Basically, we got down here and discovered that someone had stolen a body from a grave. Yeah, this is pretty dark. This took a bit of a twist. I mean, holy moly, why would they want to steal a dead body? It was the body of Mary Hill. We got a lot of information out of this guy, but the investigation had begun.
Thank you for this thorough information, sir.
Okay, so the best piece of information that we got from the Undertaker was we knew who the closest living relative to Miss Mary Hill was. So we decided to go and see if he knew anything that could help us out.
Hello, detectives. It's a nice day aside from a few rain showers. How can I help you?
So when you get told that your grandmother has just been dug up out of her grave, it's a little bit shocking. So this conversation didn't really go anywhere for a while, but eventually we did find out some information that would have been useful to us. Basically, this guy told us that his grandmother used to live in a house across the street. It was boarded up and it was abandoned. No one had lived there since she lived there a long time ago. So that's what we decided to do. We decided to go and check out this house to see if we could find any clues to, well, basically why someone would want to do this.
My, what a grand house. Many paintings too. Hang on, that must be Mary in that painting. She's wearing a lot of jewelry, including a huge ring. This family must be very rich.
Well, now we have a motive. Perhaps the ring was why the grave was robbed.
Okay, so I think Watson was onto something. The grave was robbed for that thing. The ring. It must have been worth an absolute small fortune, and it was being auctioned in a local auction house just down the street. We had to get down there.
Ah, more guests! Splendid! Good day, sirs, and welcome to Andrew's auction house. How may I be of assistance?
I see you're auctioning off a ring today. We have good information that the ring in question is a piece that has been stolen. Stolen just yesterday, in fact. Who is selling it?
That is horrible. Absolutely. A woman delivered the ring just moments ago, wearing a green blouse and a black hat. She had long blonde hair. If you're quick on your feet, you may still be able to discover her around the auction house.
Okay, so we had a really good description of the suspect. It was up to me and Watson to try and find her. At first, we could not find her anywhere. We thought we found her, but it was the wrong woman. But then we actually did. Black hat, long blonde hair, and green clothing. This was it. We had to find her. She kept on escaping. Someone was helping her, turning out the lights. She was hiding in this building somewhere. We had to find her. And thankfully, we didn't give up. Eventually, we found the thief.
Freeze! You're under arrest. Ha! Got you. There's no thief nor crook ever has a chance of escaping me.
Hey, and just like that, 100 days as Sherlock Holmes in Minecraft was over. We completed every mission and solved every mystery. Guys, smash a little like rating on this one if you did enjoy. I'll see you next time. Peace!